Hey, welcome. So today I want to talk to you about how to get to 10K a month on Amazon by building a private label business. So I'm going to walk you through a simple model of how to do this. Let's go ahead and jump into my screen and get started. Okay, the first thing I want to do is quickly touch on the business model for those of you that may not already be familiar with it. So what I'm talking about is building a private label brand and selling those products on Amazon. So what is private label? Simplest way to think about it is you're finding products that already exist. You're not inventing something completely new. These products already exist. There's no longer any patents on them. And you're finding a way to differentiate and make the product unique to you and having that manufacturer produce it under your brand name. So that's a quick overview of what private label is. Next, let's cover a really high level overview of the business model. Now, there's obviously a lot more that goes into this, but I want to just show you from a bird's eye view of how this whole process works. So with product research, the first step obviously is to find a product, right? And within there, we need to do things like figure out which products are right to sell, how to differentiate those products, how to make it unique so that people want to buy it. And then from there, we move to the manufacturing stage. So we've already confirmed that we found a product that's going to be a good fit for the market. Now we need to find manufacturers and identify the best one at the best cost with the best quality in order to produce that product. Once that's done and while it's being produced, we need to work on our listing. How are we going to present this on Amazon? Our images, our title, our bullet points, our description, all of that needs to be done while it's in production. Then from there, we would have the manufacturer ship it directly to Amazon's warehouses. This is called FBA, Fulfillment by Amazon. We're going to send all of our inventory over to Amazon. And then once it gets there, we're going to launch it onto the platform. This is the most exciting part of the whole process, right? This requires understanding how to get in front of customers, how to run marketing, how to make sure that your listing is getting the visibility it should so you can start getting those reviews and getting the sales, which leads to the next part, which is sales. This is the whole reason why we're doing the business, right? To get sales. Now, the benefit of using Amazon and sending it directly to Amazon's warehouse is they're going to take care of all of your orders. So they're going to store it in their warehouse. They're going to pick it off the shelves every time you get an order. They're going to pack it. They're going to ship it. They're also going to deal with all the customer returns and all the customer support. That's what makes this business so scalable and why we can run it from anywhere in the world. Then from there, we optimize. We see how things are going. We identify where there may be potential issues and we make changes and improve things. And then we repeat the whole cycle again every time we're ready to launch the next product or more versions of that product. Maybe it's more colors or more sizes. But this is a basic overview of how this business model works. And when you get these right, it's a very powerful and scalable model. I also want to put into perspective what $10,000 a month means. So if we have 30 days in a month, that's only $333 per day in sales. Now, I like to sell products that I can sell on Amazon for $35 or higher. So if we just take the $35 retail price, that's only 9.5 sales per day on a huge platform like Amazon with millions and millions and millions of shoppers. So as you can see, when you reverse it out like this, you can see how doable this is even with just one product. So to start this off, let's think about the first goal that beginners have, which is to get to 10K a month, and that's a six-figure a year business. This is the first goal to achieve before growing from there, right? So there's three main problems that I find beginners have, and it comes down to why they want to start the business in the first place. So let's write down those three problems now. So the first one is not enough free time, right? So spending more time with your family, your kids, or having more time for things that you're passionate about, like your hobbies, or just being able to set your own schedule and do what you want to do when you want to do it. The other problem is only having one income stream. Now, the problem with that is if you're working for someone else and you lose your job, well, then you're out of income, right? So it's a pretty scary position to be in. Maybe you also have your own business and it's declining, or you're just not into it anymore and you want to do something different, maybe something that's even more scalable. That can also be an issue for you, right? Only one income stream. The other one, and the final one I'll write down here, is not enough income. I think everyone can relate to this, right? We all want more money. Maybe it's so that you can leave your job or take vacations or pay off your mortgage. You get the point, right? Not enough income. So what we really want here is we want more freedom. The ability to work where you want and when you want. That's the whole benefit of starting this Amazon business to begin with. The whole reason why we want to do it is because we can work from wherever we want and we don't need to have a physical location. Then here we want stability. We don't want to have to rely on someone else cutting us a check, paying us what they think we're worth. We want to be able to have multiple income streams so that if one of them goes away, we still have other income coming in. So for now, you can think of each of the income streams as new products that you launch on Amazon that each grow into providing you with profit, which is income. That leads me to the last one here, which is profit. We're here to start a business, and the whole point of starting a business is to make profit. So let's quickly recap before we move on. 3 core issues here. Not enough free time, 1 income stream, and not enough income. What we ultimately want is we want freedom, we want stability, and we want profit. So then the question is, how do we get those 3 things that's going to lead to the goal, which is 10K a month on Amazon? Let's start over here with freedom. The first thing is mindset. We need to have the right mindset to start a business. If you've never started a business before, it's completely different than being an employee working for someone else, where they're telling you everything you need to do. You need to know what to do, and you need to have a strong mindset to be able to handle the challenges that come with owning a business or being an entrepreneur. So we need to get clear on why we want to do this business and form a really strong mindset going into it. Because there's always going to be negative people out there that are going to be telling you, oh, what are you doing? Why are you doing it? That doesn't work. This is saturated, no matter what the business is. So we need to form a strong mindset and cut all that noise out so we can focus on the goal here, which is to get to 10K a month first. The next thing that we need here is we need systems. We need to be able to start from the beginning with the correct systems so that we can eventually build to that freedom that we want, where we're not stuck in the business working another job. And that is the trap that a lot of people can fall into when they start a new business. Again, one of the benefits of starting a business on Amazon is the scalability and the flexibility you have of not being tied to a specific location or a physical store where you're open 24 hours, 7 days a week. Now, the other benefit of an Amazon business is, unlike, let's say, you were starting a restaurant. When starting a restaurant, you can't be the hostess, the waiter or waitress, the chef, the bartender, the owner, the bookkeeper, the accountant. You can't be all of these different people. You would need to start out by hiring people right away in order to help you open the restaurant. The benefit of Amazon is that you can start by doing all these things yourself, but you don't want to fall into the trap of not hiring soon enough and hiring to grow, right? A lot of people think that they can't afford to hire someone as soon as they start generating some money, but that's not true. You need to hire to grow. Hiring somebody helps you grow faster. Now, when you start out and you only have one product, it's totally doable to do all of this stuff yourself. And in fact, we even see people doing 8 figures on Amazon, sometimes doing everything themselves, and that's a mistake. So my point is, you need to set up strong systems from the beginning so that when you're ready to bring on your first employee to help you with the business, you have a good foundation to start with. It's important to do this from the beginning than trying to go back and fix all of that stuff to get ready for somebody to come on board. And it's not as complicated as you think. I have a complete system already built to help you do this. Okay, so for the next one, let's talk about stability. So how do we create stability? We need to have a clear pipeline of products that are anywhere in the process of research and development to sourcing those products to eventually getting them up on Amazon. Now, without understanding how to effectively find products, validate if those are good products to go after, how to differentiate those products, you need to have a pipeline in place here to be able to pull ideas in and end up with products that you're actually going to launch on Amazon. And remember what I said earlier about one income stream. Each one of these products is creating a new income stream for you. So you need to have a product pipeline. The next thing is you need to have sourcing and development. So what does this mean? Well, when it comes to this business model, we need to understand how to find manufacturers, okay, for the products that we want to create and release on the platform. But not only just about how to find those manufacturers, we need to understand how to get the right price from those manufacturers. How do we get the order quantity that we want? And that ties into development, which is how do we customize the product in a way that's going to allow us to stand out from the competition? We want to be able to have a unique selling point over the competitors that are already there on Amazon. Now, we have multiple ways that we find product ideas, from ones that people are searching for on Amazon, but nobody's actually selling one yet, to markets where they're already a bit more established, but we can still find an angle of how to differentiate and stand out. The way I like to explain this to new sellers is, if you think about a traditional business, for example, like a pizza place, okay, not differentiating your product and having a unique angle on it would be like opening up a pizza place right next door to another pizza place, and everything is exactly the same menu, it looks exactly the same inside. The only difference is the name on the sign, right? Now, that pizza place that was there first has been there for years. They have a loyal following. They have great reviews on Yelp and all over the internet. And here you come and you open up your pizza place right next door, offering the same exact stuff. How hard do you think it's going to be to convince those customers to come to your shop instead of theirs, right? You need something unique. You'd have to have some sort of unique pizza and different things that you do to stand out from that pizza place, because selling on Amazon, your listing, your product is going to appear right next to everybody else that's selling something similar. So we need to understand how to have a clear sourcing and development plan to be able to launch something differentiated on the platform. Now, when it comes to profit, we need to have what I call standout listings. And so going back to my previous example, if we're going to be right up there next to other people that are selling something similar, we want to look really professional. And this is a big mistake that many beginners make, where they try to cut costs by getting really cheap, photos, and skipping on understanding how to really write a listing effectively, where it's not only going to help you get seen on Amazon from a search engine optimization standpoint, but also to help you be able to convince people to buy your product. This is what we call sales copy. What's actually said in your title, your bullet points, your description, what's on the images. How are you creating those images? What are those images conveying to people in order to convince them to buy? The thing you have to remember about Amazon is that people buy based on images. Many times people are not reading through all of the bullet points and description. If you think about how you shop on Amazon, unless it's something technical, you're not really spending a lot of time reading through all the bullet points and everything. So we have to do a really good job to convince people to buy from our images. Okay, so we need to have standout listings so that we can effectively convert people from being shoppers into buyers of our product. Now, once we have really great listings, we need to also have a really clear launch strategy. We need to understand how to get initial reviews. We need to understand how to launch our product on Amazon by marketing it the correct way and making sure that we're getting the visibility and tracking things so we can make optimizations and improve it over time. There's a process that you need to follow in order to do this. So let's recap how we get to 10K a month on Amazon as a beginner. So again, the goal is we want freedom, profit, and stability. Now, in order to get those three things, we need to have a strong mindset. We need to have systems in place. We need to have standout listings so that people actually want to click in and check out our product. We need to have a clear and effective launch strategy. We need to have a product pipeline, because the most important part about this business is having the right product. And that ties into having a strong sourcing and development process to be able to launch differentiated, unique products, not just some copycat product, so that your business has longevity and you have success from the beginning. If you do these things, you will create a 10K a month business and beyond. But again, to keep a realistic goal, of our first goal is to get to 10K a month. So to end it off, I am forming a group for just 5 people to work with me privately. If that's something you're interested in, if you want me to take you through all of these processes so you can create a successful business on Amazon, then just reply back to me. Let me know that you're interested, and I'll go ahead and send you over some more information. But I'm looking for 5 people that are motivated, ready to take action. They have money to invest, because let's be real, it's a business. You need to have some money to be able to purchase inventory to make money. But go ahead and reply back to me with interested, and I'll get you over all the information.